This is Newcap News with Michaela Henshaw.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The city of Lloydminster's wastewater treatment plant has been a source of contention for council as it tries to find funding for the project.
I can't lay the blame, and I don't want to lay the blame on any particular council or administration. Everybody's tried to make it better.
City Council has been working towards securing money to build a new wastewater treatment plant and has approved a new borrowing bylaw in hopes of moving the project forward.
$80 million. That'll be a $30 million cost, I hope, to the city. Right now, we've just approved a borrowing bylaw of $40 million because if the governments do come back and leave the city hanging, that's what we'll be on the hook for.
And the city is working diligently to secure more funding, as the federal government has said if the city does not meet environmental standards by December 2020, there could be major penalties, including jail time.
That they can cite where someone has actually been pursued, and no one's given me an answer yet. And my concern is sooner or later, someone is going to be held account.
Mayor Albers says this is the largest amount of money the city has ever borrowed thus far. They have secured $9 million for the new plant. And the city of Lloydminster is looking for new firefighters to help keep our city safe. The Lloydminster Fire Department is recruiting for paid on-call positions with no experience necessary. There are currently 10 vacancies within the department, and Fire Chief Jordan Newton says anyone who is interested and physically fit should apply.
A good candidate for the job, really anybody that's looking to give back to the community and that likes to help people and wants to keep everyone safe.
All new recruits will be provided with 100 hours of initial training and ongoing training throughout their career.
The time requirements vary from month to month. So there is some slow months where they only may be positioned for about 10 hours. And then there is busy times with the fire department where you work a lot of hours.
Applications are available at the City of Lloydminster, and the deadline to apply is August 31st. Well, Money Sense Business magazine released their top places to live in Canada. Number 1 was Oakville, Ontario, but Bonnyville made a huge jump from 2017, going from 228th to number 22. Justin Marshall has more about what makes Bonnyville great.
Hey, I'm Justin Marshall from Cool 101.3. I'm joined with the mayor of Bonnyville today, Mr. Gene Cebalowski.
How are you doing?
And the reeve of the MD of Bonnyville, Mr. Greg Sawchuk.
Hey, how are you doing?
So Bonnyville was fortunate enough to make Money Sense in the top 25 cities to live in Canada. They were number 22, which is amazing. Oakville was number 1, and in 2017, Bonnyville was 228. And now it's a 22. That's a big jump, Mr. Mayor.
Well, mathematically, it's a huge jump, and it's awesome because they're recognizing our area.
Now, you spoke to Money Sense. What was some of the methodology that they told you that they used to come up with this?
It was statistics. A lot of it was from Stats Canada, but they used other resources as well. How they used the data, haven't got a clue, but because they didn't release that kind of information, it's very hard to disseminate exactly how they used and manipulated the data to determine their rankings, but it is what it is, and we'll celebrate it.
Reeve Sawchuk, one of the things that they came to conclusion is just the amount of Great Lakes around the community, and I mean that's one thing to celebrate and come to Bonnyville.
Oh, for sure, yeah. You know, this area is unequaled in the rest of Alberta, really, for recreation. If we look at the lakes, the campgrounds, ski hill, opportunities galore, and along with affordable housing, lower taxes, I think it's not a wonder we aren't even higher.
For you, why do you love living in the Bonnyville region, the MD?
Well, having lived in both places, number 1 and here, I know that the opportunities here are almost endless, and that if a person is willing to work hard, you can get ahead here.
Mr. Mayor, why do you love living in Bonnyville?
Because I like the opportunity. I like the atmosphere. I like the fact that we celebrate ourselves, that we are a phenomenal community to raise kids, and our education and just the knowledge and happiness of the people. It's where I put down roots, and it's a phenomenal place to live.
One of the good statistics, too, is we have like 93 family doctors per 100,000 people, which is quite impressive. Some of the places in Ontario, it's like 2 for 100,000. So if you want a doctor, come to Bonnyville.
Pretty much, and I mean, if you've been keeping up with the media here over the last 5 years, you'll see that we've been very successful in the recruitment of doctors. And one of the major issues that we've had in deciding factors is the lifestyle that we promote here in this region. So when we came up from 228 to 22, no surprise, we already knew that.
Reef Sawchuk, is this going to help with recruitment for tourism and attracting people to the general region in the area?
Oh, I think it will. You know, we'll use it for sure. And we already promote a lot of our lakes already. We're out there doing the circuit, trying to bring people to the area. And tourism is important to this area. So,
well, come visit, come play, and come check out Bonnyville. For Cool 101.3, I'm Justin Marshall.
The annual Wild Blueberry Festival kicks off this weekend in St. Walburg, and you have a chance to support the Lloydminster Bobcats at the Meet the Team barbecue. Heather Clagus has the details in what's happening.
If you've been on the hunt for delicious blueberries, you're going to find them in St. Walburg this weekend. It's their annual Wild Blueberry Festival, and things really begin tomorrow night with their ethnic supper. Then Saturday, head out for the full day. Start your day with a pancake breakfast at 8 o'clock, and the festival really gets into full swing starting at 9. They're going to have a car show and shine, an art show and sale, a kids area, live music with performances from Jordan Pollard and Kenny Mack. And if you want to make sure you get your blueberries, make sure you're there nice and early. Head for St. Walburg on Saturday for their Wild Blueberry Festival. The Lloydminster Bobcats are gearing up for another season, and you've got a couple opportunities to support the team. Coming up on Monday, it's a Meet the Team barbecue at the Civic Center. Head over there between 11 and 1, enjoy some lunch, and meet members of the Lloydminster Bobcats. And they also have their Evening of Champions coming up on September the 6th. If you'd like to get tickets for that, just get in touch with the Lloydminster Bobcats office. We want to give you a chance to win a copy of pop star Demi Lovato's latest album, Tell Me You Love Me, and this is the deluxe edition, so there's bonus tracks on this one, and it also includes the title track and her hit, Sorry, Not Sorry. If you want to win a copy, it's really easy. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. And we hope you can join us right here at Bud Miller Park coming up on Sunday, September 16th for the annual Terry Fox Run. Now is the time for you to register and start collecting those pledges. You can register online, terryfox.org. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clagus, and that's what's happening.
Well, raising good livestock and getting them safely to market are aspects of the food story that leads to putting quality food on your plate. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow hears from a feedlot operator who moves cattle across the country.
We want to make sure the cattle are fit to travel. We also want to make sure that we have the proper weighting of the cattle, meaning we weigh the cattle going onto the truck so we're not overloaded, as well as not being underloaded.
Steve Eby is a feedlot operator in Ontario who buys cattle from Western Canada. It's important to make sure his passengers are well taken care of on the long cross-country journey.
So we look for proper size, height of those cattle going into each compartment in the trailer. And then, again, making sure the trailer is well bedded, clean, the driver's ready to go.
Researcher Derek Haley with the University of Guelph has been looking into the conditions of cattle transportation. He says his survey more than doubles up on some of the standard requirements.
Even though cattle can legally be on a truck for 48 hours, for the loads that we surveyed, they were en route for on average 28 hours when they stopped for feed, water, and rest. Cattle were being rested for on average just over 11 hours, whereas the law requires 5 hours of rest.
As a feedlot operator, Eby recommends ensuring cattle are fed and watered before being loaded up. He says 30 bales of straw are good for bedding on the trailer and leaving room for the cattle to maneuver.
We definitely look for anybody that's handling our cattle. We want quiet cattle handling. And then I guess the last point that we ask is keep us informed. There's weather issues that can evolve between here in Western Canada, as well as mechanical issues, that type of thing. So we like the drivers to give us a call a couple times during the trip.
Professor Haley wants producers to have a say about exactly how their animals get to market.
After all, they are your animals. So be part of the conversation about how to get animals to their destination safely and in the best shape possible. Know what animals can and cannot be loaded and what conditions might preclude an animal from being transported, or what animals might require special provisions for being transported.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.